What's up everybody, this is Logan here at Vaporleaf today with the eVic V2 and the eVic VTwo Mini. This guy is a single 18650 75 watt device. This guy is a built-in battery, 5000 milliamp hour, 80 watt device. They'll both run temp control in nickel, titanium, and stainless, as well as TCR if you want to run anything else or you just want to get it just right. And they both have upgradable firmware to keep them totally up to date. And I've got this guy on the latest update, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that one today. So let's go ahead and dive down and take a closer look.
So first off, here we are with the eVic V2 Mini. We're just going to go ahead and take a look at the box. Now this is the body-only version, so it's just going to come with the device, the USB cable, a little case for it, and then your manual and warranty card. If we pull that out, we now have our shiny new device. Since this is the single 18650 version, we've got that magnetic battery door. You can just kind of slide that down and then take it off. Really nice, strong magnetic battery door on that. You've got a little ribbon to help take your battery out. You've got positive marked up here, which is going to be spring-loaded. So we can go ahead and pop the battery in like that. Get the magnetic battery door on, kind of swipe across to get that ribbon in there. And we're on. Now this was actually a previous update on the firmware, so it's going to look a little bit more familiar. Now if we take a look at the eVic V2, this is going to be the fancy new one. Ready? Ta-da! It's all fancy and crazy. Look at that. They basically just wanted to make it look a lot more simple, which I think they did a really good job of. I think it's a really clean looking interface. And if you do decide to update to this and you do ever want to go back, you have that option as well. That's a really nice thing about upgradable firmware. It still works about the same way as any other Joyetech device. 3 clicks on the fire button. Go to the right to change through all the different modes. You got the bypass, the clock, the temp control modes, the Tcr modes, and then your wattage. Adjusting the wattage is as easy as going down, adjusting this little lever up here, and then going back up. On the screen here in wattage mode, of course, we've got our wattage, the time of our last vape taken, the resistance of the coil that we have on there, the amperage, the voltage, and the battery life. If we do 3 clicks on the fire button, and then go to the left, we can get down to the amperage, change that to a puff counter or total time vaped, back to amperage, and then if we go left again, that's just going to bring us back up to the top, where we can change to the different modes. Again, we've got the bypass mode, which is basically going to be a mechanical mode. It's not doing any regulation or anything at that point. You still have the safety features, so it's not going to blow up on you, but you basically can't change the wattage. It's going to fire at whatever the resistance of your coil wants. Another 3 clicks, and we can go to the right into the clock mode. Now in the clock mode, if we go left, that's going to bring us down to the hands. Going to the right is going to change it into analog mode, and then if we go left again, that's going to select the hour, the minute, and then the date, and you can just keep going through, change all that stuff as you need. Another 3 clicks on the fire button, we can go to the right to get into the temp control mode. Now the presets we've got, if we go to the left, it's going to highlight the material there. So presets, we've got nickel, titanium, stainless steel, and then back to nickel. To change anything in this menu, it's again 3 clicks. Left is going to bring us again to the material. Another left is going to bring us down to the wattage, so we can change what power we're firing out. Left again is going to bring us to the resistance, so we can lock that. Left again brings us to the amperage, so again we can change between puff counter, total time vaped, and our current. And then left again is going to bring us back up top. Now it's in Celsius right now, and if you want Fahrenheit, all you do is you go either to the right or to the left until it stops, go again, and you're in Fahrenheit. It'll go 200 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. That is going to be the same with both devices. In fact, a lot of this stuff is going to be the same with both devices. You can get this update on the eVic VTC Mini, but really this update is more of a visual update as opposed to a functional update. If we do the 3 clicks on the fire button and go to the right again, we get into Tcr mode. Now you see it says M1 there. In fact, if we do those 3 clicks and then go to the left, it'll highlight the M1, and we also have M2 and M3. And then it'll bring us back to M1. Now for the Tcr modes, what you're going to do to set those is turn the device off, hold the fire button and to the right, And then we're going to get this menu that pops on. We've got M1, M2, and M3, just like when it was on, and set. Now we can just set the coefficient of resistance for each one of our coils in memory mode. To get out of that menu, you can either wait 10 seconds or just long press the fire button. I apparently waited long enough, so now it's back off. Another 5 clicks on the fire button will turn us back on again, and we're back up and running. 3 clicks on the fire button, we can get over back to wattage mode. And that's pretty much all there is to running the settings and everything. Outside of that, I already mentioned we got our little swivel guy up here, our fire button, our 510 connection, our micro USB port for charging and upgrading. We've got some vent holes along the bottom here, and a tiny little reset button in case everything goes wonky. A couple other things to mention: if the device is on and just sitting, it'll go to this clock screensaver. And if you want to change when that clock comes on, you can just tap the fire button, get it on, and then fire button into the right. That's going to get us into this little menu. That's going to be the screen timeout. If you want it off, you can just turn it to off and the screen will just stay on. If you go to the right, again, we can get to the logo, so we can get either the Joyetech logo on there or whatever else we want. We can customize that. Going back to the right, we can change the preheat. Now this is something new for this update. To change the preheat power, all you're going to do is go to the left, turn the wattage down, go to the right, turn the wattage up, tap the fire button to cycle through the different options. You can either have the preheat off, or you can also set how long you want it to preheat for. We'll just leave it off for now. Then you can hold the fire button to get back to the main menu. And we're there. Now back on the main screen here, if we hold the fire button into the left, that's going to bring us into stealth mode. Now, if you're not already familiar with it, when you hold the fire button down in stealth mode, the atomizer will fire, but the screen will not come on. Since I don't have an atomizer on there, you're not going to see that now. Same thing to turn stealth mode off, fire button into the left, stealth off, and we're ready to go. That's pretty much all there is to it, so let's bring it up top and see how it vapes.
Alright guys, so I've got it all set up just how I like it. I'm at 50 watts with the Joyetech Ultimo tank and a 0.5 ohm coil. The airflow is pretty well cut off. Let's see how it does. That's great. That's exactly what I would expect from a Joyetech device. I've honestly never been let down by these new Joyetech chips. I think they did a wonderful job, and I really like this update with the V2 chip because they're not trying to reinvent the wheel. It's not too crazy, just some minor improvements, some new upgrades, just little stuff, and I think they did a wonderful job with it. That's all that they had to do with it, really. Now, I do understand that this menu system is really complicated. There's a lot to it, but that's the nice thing, is if you want to change all the settings and do all kinds of crazy stuff, run Tcr mode, set the clock, you know, just weird stuff like that, you can. But you also don't have to. If you just want to run this in power mode at, 5 watts, 35 watts, 80 watts, whatever, you can. It can be as simple as that. You turn the device on when you want to use it, you press the fire button to vape on it, you turn the device off when you're done with it. It can be as simple as that. But with that said, if that's all you want to do, you still have a ton of growing room with these devices. You can get to the point where you're doing all kinds of crazy stuff with them. Now, if you are the kind of person that's running 5 to 10 watts on some little coil, this might be a little much for you. You're going to get tons and tons of battery life, which is awesome, but it is kind of bulky and heavy. It's pretty small as far as high-powered boxes go, and the Mini, of course, is even smaller and even lighter. So if you are looking for a box and you want to get tons of battery life and you want to have growing room, it's a really great way to go. Of course, if you're already running higher-powered stuff, maybe you want to get into RDAs, building temp control things, anything like that, again, these are great options. Really all that's left to say about it is I just love these devices. These are seriously go-tos for me. Anytime someone says, I want a single battery box mod, I point to this. I say, do you like this? Because this is really freaking awesome. They're just really solid, well-rounded devices. There's a ton of growing room. They can still be really easy to use. They're really reliable. They're well-built. I just love them. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, then please leave a like. If you disliked it, then leave a dislike. And let us know as well. Please leave a comment. If you have any questions about the device as well, we want to hear it. We love talking to you guys. We love starting conversations. And be sure to subscribe for all the latest and greatest videos from Vaporleaf. Bye!